We have an equation that's written in general form, and we want to get it into standard form where we can easily see the center and radius. So our first job is just to get ready to complete the square. So in order to do that, I'm going to move all of my constants over to the right-hand side. So I see this +1. I'm going to subtract 1 to move that over. Give me a -1 on the right side of the equal sign. What I'm also going to do is just organize everything in a better way. So I have an x squared minus 2x. I'm going to put those together with a little space afterwards where I'm going to add something in a moment. To keep my equation balanced, the green blank on the left needs a green blank on the right to partner up with. And then my y terms, plus y squared plus 18y. And again, a blank for me to add something later, and then a matching blank on the other side. Don't forget that this -1 is still over there because of the constant that we moved over. So then it's just a matter of completing the square on each of these pieces. So for my x's, I'm going to complete the square. And then on the y's, I'm also going to complete the square. And then with all of those constants, I'm going to put those together to finish up my equation. For the x's, I know that when I complete the square, I'll get something with an x, and to figure out the rest of it, this next coefficient is a -2. I split that in half to give me a -1, and then I square that. -1 times itself gives me a +1. To keep my equation balanced, I put a +1 in this blank, so I'm going to put a +1 in the blank on the other side of the equal sign. So what I have now is that this polynomial is equivalent to that. I just completed the square on the green portion. And I'll do the same for the y's. I see a +18y. I'll split that coefficient in half. +18 divided by 2 gives me a +9. And then I'll square that. 9 times 9 gives me a +81. And then I keep my equation balanced. I put a +81 on the left side, put a +81 on the right side of the equal sign. And there again, all that we just did was we rewrote these three terms as something equivalent. And so then on the right-hand side, -1 plus 1 plus 81 just equals 81. So I have my standard form equation, x minus 1 all squared plus y plus 9 all squared equals 81. And my center is easy to figure out. That -1 switches to a +1 for the x, y plus 9 gives me a -9 for the y. And then the 81, remember that the 81 is the radius after it has been squared, which tells me that the original radius must have been the square root of 81, which is 9. So I have my standard form equation, which is the same as the original but written in a much better form, because from this form we can easily find the center and the radius of our circle. The numbers for this problem are different from what you saw in the quiz, but the process is completely identical.